Today will be my first time leaving London since the start of the pandemic, and I'll be heading back home to Hong Kong, where I spent the first 18 years of my life growing up. Because I haven't flown back for so long, I haven't seen my mom or my sister for almost 3 years. I think this was the last photo that we took all together. Obviously, I do miss them a lot, and I've just been spending the last 3 years grinding out that last bit of med school, and now we're done. It feels very surreal to be going back, and I do wonder how much has actually changed. First thing I had to do was book my COVID test before I flew. Today's the day of the test, and I didn't realize until this morning that there's a tube strike going on. So this is going to take a fair bit longer than I thought, because I'm just gonna have to walk, I think like 40 minutes to get there. I have to walk to uni to try and print out some stuff that I need for the trip. I just feel like this is the first hurdle of heading back, so wish me luck. It takes about an hour to get your result, and thankfully I was negative, so I went back to uni to print off what I needed, and it was nice being back on campus. So we finally made it, and this is actually the morning after, because as soon as I got to the hotel, I arrived at about 2 p.m. and I completely passed out. These past few days have been really stressful. Flying to Hong Kong, you need to show a negative test result, you need to show your vaccine status, you need to show proof of your designated quarantine hotel, amongst a few other things. If you test positive, you obviously then can't board the plane. And on top of the stress of flying in itself, all these little other things just makes the process even more stressful. Everything just takes longer. You know, checking in your bag takes longer. When you land, coming out of the plane takes longer. When you have all those different checks when you land, when you have to do different tests when you land, you have to line up to get on a train. You then have to line up to do a test. Once you do the test, if that's negative, then you can move on to check your documents. And if that is all good, then they can give you a proper document that says that they approved your quarantine. And then you can go pick up your bags. And after you pick up your bags, you have to go line up for a coach or a bus that will take you to your hotel. So there's, I think, about 12 different coaches that will take you to different places. The process was definitely a lot faster than what I had seen online, you know, checking all the documents, doing the test. I think in the past, they made you wait for 2 hours to have a negative PCR test. And now you could move on if you had a negative lateral flow test, which is definitely a lot faster. I think the bus ride itself took longer than checking everything else. So I left London at about 8 in the morning on an hour of sleep, which is my fault. But when you throw in flying, you know, doing all those things, door to door, it was 25 hours. And by that point, I was exhausted. I know that seems like a lot of complaining, but I am very glad that I'm here and that overall everything went smoothly. So let's see how these 7 days go. Wish me luck.